You've had opportunities to share this with other people or involve other people with it?
Yeah, that's been one of the really exciting things for me. Is as soon as the Lord put this on my heart, I felt like, yes, this is a seed. This is a way that we can spread this message, because we have people over for dinner all the time. Friends come over, etc. And if we're going to do this, they're going to end up rubbing against it or being a part of it on some evenings.
So you might actually include them in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, if a friend says, hey, I want to come over for dinner, or we invite them over for dinner, and they're a close friend, and we feel comfortable with inviting them into it, we say, hey, just so you know, we normally do this after we finish cleaning up from dinner. It doesn't take long, 15, 20 minutes, but, are you okay with being a part of that? And they say, absolutely, I'd love to. So yeah, then it's not a family of 4 or 5 doing it. It becomes 6 or 7. We do the exact same thing as we would do if it's just the 4 of us, and it really encourages the person who joins us in on it, as well as sort of planting the seed in them to be doing it in their own household. Wow. So a couple different times. One was my mother. It was her birthday, and she came over for a special birthday dinner. And so I texted her and said, hey, Mom, we normally do this. Would you like to do it tonight as well with us? She said, oh, we'd love to. And it was it made her birthday extra special to have a time of worship with her kids and grandkids on her birthday. Wow. So much more special than just the cake. And dinner was the Lord meeting with us as well. So, yeah. And one last story, and that was, this just happened last week. We were invited to Marty and Jacqueline Reiswig's house church gathering on a Wednesday night, and decided we weren't going to go. And then suddenly Wednesday morning, Jacqueline, I think, emailed my wife and said, hey, it looks like it's just going to be us. They weren't having any of their normal church family, weren't able to come. And so it was just going to be them. They said, do you want to just come over for dinner? And we were still free, so we said, sure, let's just go over for dinner. And then I texted Marty a little later and said, hey, we normally do this. What if we just did it all together at your house after dinner? He said, oh, that'd be great. Excuse me. So we went and did it, and the Lord ended up speaking to just about everybody.
Wow.
The same thing. And it was nothing in particular. It was just the Lord being there, saying, I'm with you. In various ways, he demonstrated this. And then afterward, Marty shared something that just hit me really hard. He said, this morning, I feel like the Lord spoke to me during my quiet time and challenged me to start doing this with my family.
Ah.
He said, but I didn't share it with him this morning. I felt it just went under the radar.
Yeah.
He said, and then now we're all here doing it together, and the Lord reminded him of that. And so suddenly, the Lord orchestrated it. None of us knew it was going to happen until the last minute. We're all CO2ing together with both of our families. And the Lord had spoken to him about that just this morning.
So we could call this the spontaneous expansion of the church. It just multiplied almost on its own.
Yeah, this was nothing that any of us put together. It was totally the Lord. And we didn't know it until at the very last minute at the end of the evening, but the Lord had orchestrated that meeting.
Cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, involving others is so simple.
Yeah.
So
one last thought on this. Sometimes thinking about maybe a whole country like the United States and desiring to see revival and transformation occur, a simple way to think about that we've talked about is this phrase: every home, a church. So if every household that has Christians in it began to understand that they are a church and began to function that way, CO2 being a very simple way to do that, what difference do you think that would make if that ever happened, if that ever caught on in this country? Every home, a church.
Oh, boy. Yeah, if we took every follower of Christ, everyone who believes in the Lord and is walking with God, and set them at work, every household, listening to him on a daily basis together, as well as to one another. And revolutionary. Just imagine thousands and thousands of God appointments being set up on a daily basis, and thousands of God inspired projects happening everywhere. I think it would be revolutionary.
It would affect marriages. It would affect children, discipling children.
Absolutely.
It would overflow into the community and all kinds of little and large missional projects.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just thinking about it, it would be massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say about CO2s and what you've discovered about that? Any other thoughts?
Just that, if you're one of those people who's ridden on the fence with it and hasn't quite jumped into trying it, that trying it is a good way to start.
What do you mean trying it? Just how would you, if you were to counsel somebody on that, what would they do to try it?
Try it for a week, try it for a month, whether that's with a good friend over the phone on a daily basis or whether that's with your spouse. If you don't have kids, just you and them on a daily basis, or if you have kids, doing it. But it's not the type of thing where you have to go, we're going to do this forever.
Yeah.
Try it for a week or for a month or whatever and see how it goes and go from there.
Great advice. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.